Hey guys, I'm Dustin from DB Builds. Welcome to this cold and cramped corner of my shop. Today I'm going to show you how I took my Harbor Freight dust collector and mounted the whole thing to the wall. Let's go check it out. While I take apart my old setup, let me explain what I'm going to be doing. There are 3 steps to this process: getting the cyclone separator on wheels, mounting the motor to the wall, and mounting the filter and bag on the wall. I'm going to be reusing as much of the old material as possible, but this could be easily done with a couple of 2x4s and a small sheet of plywood. So like I said, the first step is getting the garbage can on wheels with a smaller footprint than the caddy I'm currently using. I want to reuse the casters, so I'm taking them off, and I actually end up reusing the frame later in the video. What I'm most interested right now is that piece of plywood. I measure the diameter of the base of the can, and then I set a compass to half of that measurement. I take the compass and attempt to mark a circle on the old sheet of plywood. Next time I do this, I think I'll sharpen my pencil first. I cut out the circle with a jigsaw. It took a little extra trimming, but I did get a tight fit in the end. I added some 2x4s to give the casters some clearance and screwed everything into place. The screws are long enough to secure the 2x4s to the plywood. Alright, moment of truth! I'll take it. With part 1 done, I finished separating the motor and the rest of the unit from the metal base. The idea I had was to build a mounting panel from some 2x4 scraps. I arranged them underneath the motor and made a few quick marks to keep track of the proper alignment. After tracing the mounting holes from the motor onto the panel, I drilled holes for the bolts. Make sure you drill a wider hole first for the head of the bolt to sit in. This is much harder to do when you've already drilled the holes for the bolts, like I did here. I clamped the panel together to keep everything aligned and screwed a few cleats to the back to hold everything together. The motor was mounted to the panel with quarter-tony bolts, washers, and nuts. It seems extremely sturdy this way, even when it's hanging off the wall. I'm happy with this solution. I've been sitting here trying to figure out how I'm going to get this thing up here and hold it myself, because it's kind of heavy. And then I just realized, what if I just screw in like a cleat right across to balance it? Let's try it. The cleat idea worked well enough that I ended up leaving it there. I used 4-inch lag screws to mount the panel to the studs. Make sure you pre-drill for the screws. I didn't, and it split the panel the first time I tried. The rest went in just fine. With the panel mounted securely, I started trying to figure out how I was going to mount the rest of the unit to the wall. With the original layout, there are 3 metal bars that hold the metal frame vertically off the rolling cart. I decided to try to build a wooden frame that I could bolt into those holes and then mount to the wall. I was actually able to reuse the 2x4 frame from the old garbage can caddy. I had to cut a piece out for the intake, but other than that, it fit perfectly. With the frame clamped in place, I marked all of the bolt holes from the inside. The bolts are M8 bolts. I used 65mm bolts, which were plenty long to go through the 2x4 and securely into the metal frame. Now, I have to apologize for the time skip here, but I'm not extraordinarily proud of how the frame was mounted to the wall. I was tired and out of ideas, but my solution worked okay. I attached a cleat to the studs and set the frame on top of that. I screwed them together using some small steel brackets I had, and added the 45-degree braces for a little extra security. And just to prove that it doesn't all fall down when I do this, it turns on just fine and seems secure enough. but I have since had a lot of better ideas on how I could have done this. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments though. For now, as they say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So let's take a closer look at how I mounted this thing. You can see the cleat across the wall, right about there, and the steel mounting brackets to attach it to the frame. I added these guys later on, and down underneath you can see I added another little panel that's bolted to the wall and bracketed to the legs. So in the scheme of things, it's pretty sturdy. I'm not too worried about it. It could be a lot better, but it is what it is. There's my Harbor Freight dust collector mod, getting rid of all those extra rolling carts and mounting everything to the wall. I'm really excited with how much space it saves. Nice to have everything sturdy and secure. It opens up a little bit of floor space. I have some stuff that I can store underneath it now, so that's pretty awesome too. If you learned anything from this video, whether it was what to do or what not to do if you try this, please give it a like, maybe even subscribe, stick around for a while. If you want to see what I'm up to behind the scenes, I'm also on Instagram at dbbuilds. Go ahead and check it out. I'd love to hear your comments or your suggestions down in the comments section below. So thanks for stopping by, hope you enjoyed the video, and hope to see you again. Next time have the lag bolts here when you put this up. It's nice to have everything sturdy and, nice to have everything sturdy and secure.